Let's go!
Okay, got some good news, got some bad news. Just did the center diff on the car, and there's no more popping while steering full lock, so the center diff was definitely gone. However, it's still making a pretty bad noise, and so I went and drained the rear diff, and my god. Okay, the stuff that came out of the center diff, there was a lot of, I've cleaned this off, a lot of stuff on this magnet, little shavings, and only like a quarter of a quart of oil came out of this thing, and like, it's just shiny fluid. So I'm thinking my rear diff is done. That being said, there was no big chunks that came out, just little shavings of this and that. I'm going to try to flush it out, but and then I'm going to refill it, and if that doesn't work, then I'm going to replace the whole rear diff, or have this one rebuilt, or replace it and rebuild this one so I have a spare. But I'm going to fill it with fluid first and see if I can flush out any bits that were causing problems. And then we're going to see if that works. And if not, then we get to remove this, which is never a fun prospect. It's not a difficult prospect, but it's just those two bolts, and then there's two bolts that go on this cross member, and then the drive shaft. It's really not a bad deal, but it's not something I really want to do. So obviously the previous owner never checked the diff fluid. Like I said, when I drained it, it was up to here, and you're supposed to fill it till it comes out of the top. So I'm going to film myself refilling it, and we're going to pretend like we're doing a service on it, but I'm not too terribly hopeful, but I think it at least has a chance to work full of fluid, but I'm not holding my breath. So I'm putting some fluid in this thing. This is just water, and I'll flush all this out later, but I just want enough fluid in there to show you kind of the color of the stuff that's coming out. It's pretty gross. And there's definitely metal chips in it, metal flakes that you can feel. But there's no big chunks. So I'm thinking we're just gonna have some pretty bad tolerances on our diff. Probably help if I jacked up the front of the car a little bit. But here we are. Okay. I got the drain plug in. I've flushed quite a bit of this out. I'm gonna clean up this area around here, and then I'm gonna start filling up the top. So my video came to a screeching halt because I was walking around looking for this. Little did I know it was stuck to the end of my magnet on my light. So gonna fill this up and then put the drain plug back in. Okay, sorry for the delay, but we're just gonna shoot this in there, and if you don't have a squeezy bag, you can get other ones, or you can get a pump, or like a big syringe. Excuse me. I bought extra. So it looks like it's pulling out, but when I poke my finger in there, we're only about to here. So I'm gonna go get the next bag and basically continue until it does this naturally, not from me spilling it out. Then I'm going to shove the drain plug back on. And that's about it. Okay, that's really it. Obviously use an impact, mostly because there's not enough clearance to get my breaker bar under here. If you were going to do this, I would definitely jack the rear end of the car up a lot more than what I've got, or have an impact. So we're going to try this out. I've got to hook up the mufflers again, and we'll go from there. Looks like I also need some new gaskets for my exhaust system, but that's going to happen on down the road. So let me get the car zipped up and we'll see if it's fixed. Okay, so after filling the diff with some fluid, it feels better. It definitely feels better, but it's still not perfect. I think either a bearing in the rear diff is bad, or the rear diff itself is just kind of messed up. I've noticed it the most when, kind of hear it, clunk, clunk, clunk. I've noticed it the most when I'm turning in like a parking lot. You get this really bad vibration in the rear. So we'll basically be filming a video soon of us replacing it. That'll probably be the next video. I don't know if you can hear the noise. That's not a good noise. If you can hear it. So it's basically, the noise is that drive shaft being jerked around and wobbling a lot. So that drive shaft's being wobbled around a lot, and it's from, I think either what's happening is the rear is locking up slightly somehow, and it's jerking that drive shaft when it's kind of coasting. The rear's locking up and twisting the drive, wanting to twist the drive shaft or stop it, but there's momentum, so it kind of does this lurchy thing. So I'll be replacing the rear diff, and hopefully after that, all the little crap that this car has gone through, the neglect, will be taken care of. The good thing is everything else mechanically still works great, but it's a pretty horrible sound. It's like, you can hear it, even catching the motor. The RPMs kind of drop a little bit. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do next. Filling it with fluid helped some, but I think it was just too far gone. There you go. Pretty horrible noise. So it was too far too gone, and we're gonna fix it. So stay tuned. That'll be probably the next video of us fixing it. And thank y'all for watching, and there'll be another video really soon. Thanks.
Now let's go. Hold on tight and never let go, 'cause you know we're gonna settle